pizza making video.
Yeah, we're going to try something different today. We're going to make pizza in the cast iron here. Pretty simple. First you put olive oil in it. I've already put a bunch of olive oil in there. And this is actually leftover dough I've had for some time. I let it thaw out all day.
How do you store it?
In the freezer. Though if you're looking to make it fresh, you just take, I do like 4.5 cups of flour approximately, a cup and a quarter of warm water, some yeast, some olive oil, and a little bit of salt. Let it rest for, I usually do a day. Gets the best pizza crust, but honestly you could make it, let it sit for 15 minutes and you'll still be fine. You know your dough is good and ready when if you open it and it smells like alcohol, then you know you're on the right path. I took this out and I got a nice whiff of that alcohol smell, so maybe the yeast came back to life. Sometimes they don't always come back to life after you freeze it, but I think they did this time.
Yes, sirree.
So basically I'm just gonna kind of not going to be a perfect circle because I'm not the best at making circles, but...
No. But you just floured your surface.
Yes.
Using a rolling pin. Nothing fancy.
And then I'm just going to take it. I've never tried this before, so this will be interesting to see how that comes out. And then basically I'm just going to lay it inside here. Seems to, I overestimated a bit of the size of it, but that's alright. And then one thing you want to do is you always want to put olive oil on your flour. And the reason you do this is you create what's called, you prevent a gum layer. Because if you cook because water and oil don't mix, right? So you don't want your sauce mixing with the dough because then the dough won't be crispy. So you put olive oil, well traditionally use olive oil, and that creates a layer that the sauce can't penetrate. And also, it browns your crust really nicely too. I mean, if you really want, I suppose you could get store-bought dough, but I like to make my own. So,
and you can watch the full video for how to make your own pizza dough in the homemade chicken nugget pizza found in the All Things Dinner playlist.
You don't need a lot of pizza sauce, so you don't have to like go crazy. And a lot of people think you need to make a crust. You really don't need to because you're weighing it down, right? And so whatever you don't weigh down is going to expand because, you know, it has yeast in it. And so that's, you know, like I mean, you could make the crust, but the roll up at the end. But I like my crust nice and I prefer the Greek style versus the Italian. It's nice, and I know that's probably like I don't know the word for it. Hypocrisy when it comes to pizza, but especially from the area of the country where like Connecticut, New York. They're like known for their pizzas, so. And if you're gonna put any seasoning on, now is the time. Before you put your cheese on, I like a little bit of spice, so I'm gonna put some heat. It's basically just like it's a mix that has like red pepper flakes in it and oregano pretty much. Gives you that Italian feeling with a little bit of
kick.
And does it say what's in here? No, it doesn't. And then you can put on any cheese that you want. It's obviously recommended that you use mozzarella. I use this pizza blend cheese, which apparently has a good source of calcium. But anyways, there is mozzarella in here, but they also put like mild cheddar cheeses in here. But it honestly doesn't matter. Like I've used just cheddar cheese on pizzas. I know you don't get the full like pizza feel that way, but you know when you're in a pinch, and I'm sure everyone is feeling the pinch of the budget right now. So you know whatever you can afford, you know, and especially when you make your own food, you can save a substantial amount of money when you know, and you can basically have like the same type of food versus eating out, you know. You just have to. It just comes down to the amount of labor you're willing to put into it. Let's get this open.
Looks like you're putting a lot of labor into opening that bag.
Yeah, the prep. They didn't do a very good job of the preparation. Yeah, it was kind of off. I really like a lot of cheese in my pizza. You can put on as little or as much as you want. Another thing I probably should have done is I probably should have preheated the skillet. So to make up for it, I'm just going to cook the pizza a little bit longer than normal.
And we've got our oven set to a whopping 500 degrees. And that's just the highest temperature that we can get our oven to go.
Yeah,
and we've also got our pizza stone in there, which has been preheating this whole time for about an hour.
You don't need to have a pizza stone, but it helps.
It does help.
You don't need to have a cast iron skillet either, but it helps.
You don't need to have a squirrel in your car, but it helps.
But anyways, the whole idea is heating your oven up is because most people, you know, us included, don't have like a big brick oven that you can put your pizza in. So really how you make up for that is you turn your oven on to the highest it will go, which is usually 500 degrees Fahrenheit here in the States, and give it like an hour before you try to put anything in it. That way, because the key to cooking pizza is to cook it hot and fast. Now I'm just going to cut up some chicken nuggets because I like to have chicken nuggets on the pizza, and you might think this is kind of unorthodox, but trust me, it is very tasty.
It is. It's where we get the chicken nugget pizza, but it comes out like Parmesan, chicken Parmesan. So, can't knock it till you try it.
And I usually just have any chicken nugget. Now sometimes I like to get the dinosaur chicken nuggets. I know I'm still a child at heart with love of dinosaurs and put them on it, but yeah, wouldn't it be cool to pet a dinosaur in real life?
Oh, that's really funny. I was having a conversation a little bit ago with someone asking them if they were going to be chased by an animal, what animal would they be chased by?
That'd be an Allosaurus if you ask me.
Oh, I knew that was going to be your response, but his response was a bear or a deer.
I feel like deer don't usually chase people.
I know. My response was Nagini, the snake from Harry Potter.
Oh, who's Nagini? Is that the big snake in Chamber of Secrets?
No, that's a different snake.
Oh. I was going to say, I didn't know it had a name.
It does from Fantastic Beasts.
Oh, it does?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then, normally you just kind of take your toppings and you put them on the pizza kind of like, you know, like this. You know, it's going to be a fun experiment to figure out how to get it out of here. That'll be fun. We'll be figuring that out together. Cause I put oil in here, but you know how things go. And so, normally I do the pizza for 15 minutes, so I'm going to try 15 minutes in the cast iron and see what happens. Might have to do a little bit higher. A little bit longer, sorry. But we'll see what happens.
And she goes.
I'll put it in there carefully because I don't want to break the stone.
Yes, please.
Hey Google, set a timer for 15 minutes.
Sure, 15 minutes. Starting now.
Alright, so while we wait, what can we do?
Well, I think we can prep our beautiful drinks for New Year's, since it is, well, it's probably New Year's Day elsewhere on the planet already, but it's not quite New Year's here yet. We've still got a little bit, like 6 more hours to go until midnight. And then I plan on making 2 or 3 pizzas, we'll see. I think I'm gonna make one of my favorite drinks.
Oh,
We
okay.
can do a little...
Wait, what are you doing?
So what would you like to do for New Year's? Do you have a New Year's resolution yet?
Did you actually unmute it?
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
So do I...
Yeah, I did.
You did? Okay. So do I have a New Year's resolution? I don't know, making more great content for Sweetly Savory, learning some new stuff. I want to try to learn some HTML and CSS and maybe somehow figure out how to make a website. I've created one in Dreamweaver, so I'm going to see where that goes, and maybe I might be able to put it up somewhere. But for right now, what you can do is actually like this video if you're watching, or if you're watching the later saved of this live stream. You can make sure to like this video, subscribe to Sweetly Savory, and please follow me on Instagram. You can also check out my very quiet little Reddit page. It has like one post on there asking about a pumpkin pie recipe. But you can find me on all these places. And I hope to see you again in 2022, all of my fabulous subscribers. Thank you so much for watching. That's my New Year's resolution. Make more amazing food for everybody to eat.
Do you got any recipe ideas?
I'm thinking of doing some pancakes this week. Doing it with some oatmeal flour. Getting super creative, I know, because I love grinding up my oats to make flour. But I think I'm going to do that and do like a gluten-free alternative, because I really want pancakes, but pancakes always make me feel gross afterwards. Like, you feel really good eating them, and they're so great. And you're like, yes, pancakes, I love you. But pancakes, you just feel like afterwards, because it's all the flour and the sugar and the maple syrup. But if you're gonna have oat flour, I feel really good after having my banana, the carrot cake oatmeal bread. I have that for breakfast almost every single day. And I really liked the, oh my god, has anybody tried the cranberry orange oatmeal muffins? Like, please tell me that you've tried them, because that was one of my favorite things that I made for the channel thus far. So that was like super delicious. So I'm thinking if I make these pancakes, it's kind of like a buckwheat, like if you're gonna get fancy pancakes at a parlor or someplace, buckwheat pancakes were really good. But oatmeal flour pancakes, that'd be like super bougie, fancy, and super tasty, and like really good for you. You're gonna feel tasty. You're gonna feel good afterwards. Your gut's gonna thank you for all that fiber. So I'm gonna try those for the next video. Not sure what else we're gonna be doing though for other videos. It's to be determined in
We
here.
might be doing a soup video. I do have to make a soup in January.
Oh, soup.
Yeah, so not sure what it's going to be yet. Still rolling around in my head what it's going to be, but
I know.
I do have to make a soup. So stay tuned for that.
Soup.
Maybe I can trick Kathleen into making it for me.
Excuse me. Maybe. I can help out. You know, I love to help everybody. Makes for good content.
Yeah.
Really does. And plus, it would have to be a gluten-free soup or dairy-free soup or whatever.
Yeah, it does, and it does have to be gluten-free.
Yeah.
If possible.
Yeah, it would have to be part of the Free From series, so we can certainly add it to that. Any soup ideas that you viewers out there would have, that'd be really appreciated. I don't know what kind of soup. Well, I mean, other than like minestrone or vegetable soup.
You know, what'd be also really fun to make would be pierogies. I really want pierogies.
I know you've been talking about them for weeks. I don't know if I'm up for the challenge of pierogies.
Yeah, because you're not Polish.
Yes, I am.
You are?
I am Polish.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I'm Polish.
Oh, well then you best be learning then. It's like illegal to be Polish if you don't know how to make pierogies.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll be learning how to make pierogies in 2022. We're not making them for my birthday though. My birthday is gonna be filled with
I was looking at a pierogi recipe,
what?
and they talked about where you take like some potatoes, some cheese, and interesting, they added like some onion bits to it, and you make it into like a paste.
I'm sorry. Do you not know what goes into pierogies?
Oh, I knew it would go into it. I just didn't know onions went in it. I thought it was just potatoes and cheese.
Oh, you can do potatoes, cheese. You can do sauerkraut in them.
And then you have to make the dough,
Mhm.
and then you have to like wrap them, and because everyone's fingers are different, each pierogi gets like a unique feeling to it.
Yep, that's the wonderful thing about homemade pierogies. I have not made them in a very long time.
Yeah, they're called the poor man's food. Because
I don't see what's so poor about them.
well, that's because at the
I
time.
know, at the time. But right now, that's like a luxury thing. Like, you have the time and the energy and the space to make them. Like, we don't really have a lot of counter space to make all this stuff.
We can make it work.
Make it work.
We got the table there.
Yeah.
We got a counter here that has a lot of random stuff on it, but I'm sure we can arrange for that.
Hey, at least the cat isn't trying to get to the cheese this time.
Yeah, that was
The
funny.
original video.
That was so funny. She heard the bag shaking, and she thought it was her treats, and she came over and meowed. Yes.
Oh, animals.
Yeah.
Do we want to take a quick peek?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick peek.
Ooh, it's coming.
Oh, it is coming.
Let's give everyone a peek at what it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Since we can't like stick the camera in there.
No, I don't really want to burn that.
Mmm.
That's looking pretty good. Oh, thank you. I don't know what else to talk about for 15 minutes.
You can give me a dance. Or I don't know. Why don't we talk about our favorite drinks for New Year's? I mean,
Favorite drinks?
yeah.
Okay.
It looks like I know you got your seltzer.
Yeah, seltzer. Yeah, drinking that H2O. It's really just H2O in here. Yeah. Cheers. I love water.
Well, didn't they like pump some CO2 in it there to make it all bubbly?
Well, yeah. But it's just water.
You know what else might be good? I do think I have.
No. Ugh.
We have some leftover eggnog from Christmas.
No. No, we don't need
We
that.
don't need that.
No. We don't need that oven.
Hmm? No, the best part.
No.
Let's see.
I don't know. Do you want to get started on the next one?
Yeah,
or-
why don't I do that?
All right.
I'll get the next dough ready.
Okay.
And this is just regular AP flour I use because
AP is all-purpose.
bread flour is really expensive right now. And I do use, you don't have to, but I do use bread flour to make pizza dough. You don't have to. You can just use all-purpose flour. It's fine. Really, the only difference is with bread flour is it has more gluten in it, so it's supposed to hold a little bit better. But I've heard that, you know, if you're really in a pinch and use AP flour to make bread or any bread products, it's gonna be fine. It's not the end of the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's more so like a marketing gimmick from the flour companies. But such is life. Most things are marketing gimmicks.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. I used to make bread a lot. I liked making bread. Nothing like having some grilled cheese on bread you made. Oh, so good. I'm curious to see how this is going to turn out when it comes out.
I know. I think we have about 5 minutes left.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
So I do have a couple other seasonings that I might try, and I don't remember what I put.
They're right there on the table.
Oh. So I have 2 others. This one here is basically just like dried oregano. It gives the pizza a nice, it even says on it, or Greek oregano or Grek, whatever that's supposed to mean. No, it's Greek or oregano. I don't know how you can, never heard of that before. And then these are
Red pepper flakes.
Yeah, these are just chili flakes. This will definitely light a fire under you.
Mm-hmm.
Like some spice. But this has just the right, it's too bad I'm almost out of it.
I can get more.
This definitely has like the right
Stuff.
yeah, right proportions of the different spices. Really good stuff. You know, one of those things you want to consider when you're making your own food is when you eat, you eat with your eyes first. So that's why you know, adding different colors, it can help you feel fuller. And then when it comes to like, you know, your other senses, like taste and smell, you know, you can smell the spices. So when you create a more diverse dish, you'll feel fuller and you're less likely to overeat, and which we know where that leads when you have a table.
I was gonna call it cookie pouch, but
I heard it's called a table.
no, it's a cookie pouch. That's what they called it on New Girl.
That's what
Nick Miller called
that's what
it.
a couple of my
cookie
friends
pouch.
called it. And they called it a table. I was helping them paint something, and I wasn't paying attention. And I was gonna get my belly in the paint, and they're like, "Careful, you're gonna get some paint on your table." That was
Aww.
pretty funny.
Aww. I called it a cookie pouch. That's probably because I heard it on New Girl.
I've never heard it on New Girl.
Well, you didn't watch that episode.
Yeah, I don't watch very many of those
No,
shows.
You do like it though.
It's all right.
Yeah.
I like more of those shows where there's more action to it. You know, like, you know,
Fighting and
suspense.
and
you know.
science and you might die.
Yeah.
Boring.
But on the other hand, you know, I can't understand why. Like, I was watching a show about I watch a couple shows because I'm on vacation right now. I watch a couple shows about like, you know, like that take place in space as like the backdrop, right? And I don't understand why there needs to be a villain. You know, like isn't like, you know, there's already like a disease that's trying to kill you. That's an alien.
Or you're in outer space for one.
And there's an alien. Oh, hey Google, stop the timer.
Oh boy.
All right, let's check it out.
Ooh.
I think it needs a little bit longer. Like another. I feel like it needs another minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's give it another minute.
I'll just use the timer on here.
So basically, what I'm getting at is, even in I don't know, like the movie Aliens, for example. Same deal. Like, you know, the aliens are really scary. They like run you through their spikes, and they have acid for blood. But then you have like humans that are betraying each other, and they actually. But what I really liked about the movie is they actually pointed that out in the movie, where one of the characters says, you know, these things may be all these things, but you don't see them. You don't see them screwing each other over for a percentage, versus we'll screw each other over for money, versus the aliens really just care about hunting each other. But like that's the point. Is like, why does there need to be a villain?
Yeah.
You know, there's all this other stuff happening.
Yeah.
You know, but I feel like maybe it's good, or it's the love story. I feel like that trope's beaten to death. Like, why is that necessary?
I don't know. Unless it's Trinity and what's his name? Neo.
Oh, in the Matrix?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bit different. Like, there's the whole Matrix series, there's like, basically, the Matrix is basically the Christ story.
Yeah.
It is, so it's the old story, and some people might not like hearing this, but the story about the Christ is the same story that we as humans keep telling. We tell it over and over again, and it's super interesting to think about. It's called The Hero's Journey.
Well, it's just like Star Wars or Harry
Yeah.
Potter. Like they are on a hero's journey.
They are.
Technically.
And you come from humble beginnings, then you find out like, oh my goodness, I have all this power, and then there's like some crisis you have to go through, and then usually you're either defeated or you're killed or something, and then you come back and you save everybody. That's the hero's journey in a nutshell, and it's the same story that we always tell, just with different characters and different names.
Yep.
So let's see if we can. All right, that looks a bit better. A little bit more brown. Not as brown as I would have liked, but that's all right.
We're experimenting tonight.
Yeah. You know, we were thinking about just doing it on the stone, but then I was like, you know, why don't we try something different? I've always wanted to try it. Well, truth be told, I did try it once before, but that was before I knew how to make pizza dough. And what I did was I just made bread dough. And honestly, making pizza dough, it starts out the same as making pizza dough. But you don't take one hunk of dough and turn it, no. The crust needs to be thin. Let's see if I can get this out of here without a disaster, huh? And you want the crust to be thin, and it doesn't, oh wow. Maybe
Oh my.
Without
This is super rad.
Let's see. I wasn't prepared.
Welcome to the channel of We Are Not Prepared. Whoa! Hey.
That's dough. I mean flour.
Oh,
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Because you know there's flour left underneath.
Yeah.
Because normally I would use cornmeal, but I just use the olive oil.
Okay.
Oh, let's cut it up. Let's try these. Let's see how good or bad it is.
Shoot, I gotta grab a lampshade. Welcome to Sweetly Savory, where it's a channel we're not prepared.
Well, it's a good sign that the It cuts through it like it's done, so that's a good sign.
Oh, this looks really good.
It's always the last one that doesn't
Well, thank you, Evan. This is such a lovely treat.
There you go.
Thanks. Oh, I didn't think this through. Oh, now I'm holding up.
The crust is indeed very thin. I feel like it still could have been cooked a little bit longer, but it's still really good. Probably another minute.
So,
It's really good.
this was about 17 minutes in the oven. And you can see the crust. It's pretty thin. It's got some color on it. It's kind of hard to tell in the lighting here. But it has some color. And there's definitely some color up on the top. But thank you for watching this special edition of Sweetly Savory. Happy New Year, and we're gonna go back to eating our pizza. Everyone, stay safe. And make sure to subscribe to Sweetly Savory. You can do so in the description down below, and ring the bell for notifications, because we've changed our release date to Tuesday. So make sure to ring that bell so you know when good stuff is coming out, and we'll see you again next time.